Am I the a-hole for wanting my husband to get a better job? I, 43F, asked my husband, 40M, to look for a better paying job, and he says I'm being materialistic and selfish. He has an advanced degree in a field where the average salary is around 100K, but he currently makes about 65 Ks. He works 3 days a week, 10 hours a day, and says the job is easy, though he doesn't enjoy it. I don't have an advanced degree, but I worked my way up to a high-paying role, well over 6 figures. I loved the position. No other company would have afforded me those opportunities without more education. That job required significant travel and poor work-life balance, but it allowed me to pay off all of my debt, start saving for retirement, about 30%, and live more comfortably. We split bills 50-50. After my husband expressed that my travel and the job itself was putting a strain on our marriage, and all but demanded I take something local. After looking for nearly 5 months for something comparable, I took a 40K pay cut 2 months ago. The job means I'm home every night, but I hate the work I am doing and the culture is quite toxic. I've asked him to consider using his degree and licensure to find a more lucrative role to help offset the income I gave up. I've been looking at Indeed every day for a new job, and I see so many great jobs in his field at double his current salary. He refuses to entertain the idea of a new role, saying I'm only focused on money. For context, he comes from wealth and has significant assets from before our marriage. I do not. To me, it's not about luxury. It's about continuing to build retirement savings and affording some travel. Aite for asking him to step up financially to make up the difference to maintain our lifestyle. I made a big career sacrifice for our relationship. Am I being an asshole for asking him to do the same?
Am I the a-hole for wanting to break up with my girlfriend for getting a tattoo of her ex-boyfriend's name that passed? My GF's ex died recently. We both went to his funeral, and my GF had been sad. I've tried my best to cheer her up. She's been better lately. However, the other day I saw her with a wrap around her arm. I could tell it was a tattoo and asked her what she got. She showed me and it was the name of her ex. I did not say anything. An IDK if my GF caught on to what I feel. Heck, IDK exactly how to feel. I feel angry, sad, jealous, and somehow betrayed. I feel like she never got over her ex now. I understand missing him, and being sad he's gone. But go as far as a tattoo. Like, wow. IDK how to handle this other than to just go off TBH. Update, I broke up with her. I talked to her and told her I couldn't deal with this. She asked me what, and I told her the tattoo. She was somehow shocked. She tried to convince me this tattoo wasn't like that. I told her she literally got her ex's name on her for the rest of her life. I told her that's just not something you do when you are with someone else. She told me she was sorry, and she didn't think about that, and that she'd get it removed. I told her if she's gonna do it for her own sake because that's not gonna change my mind. I told her the damage was done, and I simply don't think she's over her ex. She tried to tell me she was, but I told her that tattoo speaks so much more than her words. I feel a weird relief. I feel tired, but calm.
Am I the a-hole for being the reason my coworker is getting a divorce? I'm 23, happily single, and I work with a really chill team. Everyone's super friendly. We help each other out a lot, and we usually go out for lunch together once a week. Our boss is cool too. He'll bring in coffee and donuts every now and then just because. We got a new guy recently, I'll call him Jake. He's in his early 30s, been married for a few years, no kids. Whenever we invite him to join us for lunch or whatever, he always says he can't. At first, we thought he was just shy or maybe not into group stuff, which is totally fine. But then one day during a meeting, our boss brought coffee and donuts, and Jake was like, "Man, I want one so bad." And someone asked if he had a health thing. He goes, "Nah, my wife Allison doesn't let me have coffee or junk food because she doesn't like me have any caffeine or sugar." The room went quiet real fast. I probably shouldn't have said anything, but I asked, "Wait, is that why you never come to lunch with us? Because your wife won't let you?" And he said, "Yeah. Apparently, she doesn't want him doing any social stuff without her now that they're married. Like, he's only allowed to go out if she's there too." I told him if anyone tried to control what I eat or who I hang out with, I'd be out. That's not normal. My boss agreed and told him he might want to talk to someone about it, like a counselor or something. Well, Jake came in today and said they had a huge fight after that convo, and she kicked him out. Now he's talking to a lawyer about separation. My sister thinks I was out of line bringing that up in front of everyone, but honestly, was I? I didn't mean to stir the pot, I just couldn't stay quiet about how messed up that sounded. Still, I feel a little guilty. Did I overstep?
Am I the a-hole for getting angry about my wife overreacting? Backstory. Been together for 14 years, married 12. Of that, my wife only worked 3 for someone else, and then until COVID, she worked for my business. Start of COVID, she decided to stop and homeschool our kids. Now 10 and 12. We have a cleaning lady twice a week, and she handles the rest. They have since gone back to school. But she has not gone back to work in 2 years. She's trying to find her passion. Meanwhile, kids in private school, I pay all the bills. She insisted she pay for the kids' activities and groceries out of the joint account. We constantly fought about how she was spending money. So now I have to give her $1,500 a week, and basically cannot question how it gets spent. With the Taffy's business has slowed down, and I told her we cannot keep going like this and must look at our budget. She says that's my problem and I cannot give her any less money as that's her. And the kids' basic needs and whatever I have to do is my responsibility. She refuses to work as she has to pick up the kids at 2:45 and doesn't want a boss. She won't help out at my business because she says she doesn't like how it's ran, and I have a business partner that owns 20%. So therefore she feels she'll work for them and doesn't want a boss. This weekend was the tipping point. She went to yoga and I let the kids play and I took a nap. The kids got some stuff out of the garage looking for something and didn't put it back. Our cleaning lady cleaned the house Friday, so it's still really clean. She stormed in screaming at the top of her lungs that the kids destroyed the garage and I need to go fix it now. I got the kids to show me what happened, and all that was left when I got there was a box and some bubble mix spilled. We cleaned it up. I head back to our bedroom to talk to her in the shower. When I get there, the made bed that I just got off was striped bare, and we have tons of pillows, a duvet and the comforter. She said the bed looked messy and I should have made it right. I did say foot was fine.
It's Saturday and all it needed was fluff the top as I was laying on it.
She went off the rails. I told her to F off and slammed the door. Told the kids we were going out for a late lunch and we left. Rest of the day was her blowing up mine and my son's phone that we have to come home and clean up. Mind you, house is like a magazine shoot. We stayed out for a few hours and completely blindsided me. She is OCD clean, but this is not new and I deal with it.
Am I the a-hole for breaking up with my boyfriend in front of all his family and friends? For context, I am 22 years old, and my now ex-boyfriend is also 22 years old. We were both in college, and we had been dating since high school. Anyways, this happened last week, and I wanted to share it in order to get outside opinions. So basically, me and my boyfriend, let's call him Max. We have been together for 3 years since we were in high school, and it was a typical relationship. We had our ups and downs, and I honestly did not expect a high school relationship to last so long. So it was his birthday last week, and I told him to come with me to a hotel to celebrate his birthday. And he said he had to go to extra classes. I got mad because I already booked a reservation, and he could have told me that he had extra classes before I even bothered to waste my money on that stupid reservation. So anyways, I was all mad and upset until my best friend, who is also my roommate, we call her Lena, she called me in video call and asked me my name. "Didn't you say Max would be with you today?" I told her the whole thing about him having extra classes, and she scoffed so loudly I could hear her through the phone. And she said, "Well, I am outside a cafe right now as I was planning to go after school and he is here with his ex." At that point, I was flabbergasted, not wanting to believe what Lena was saying to me. I scrambled all the words in my vocabulary to just let out a "I'm coming." Anyways, I don't even bother to change, and I just leave my dorm in my sweatpants and a probably dirty, oversized shirt. As I reach the place Lena told me to go, I see her standing near the wall, and as I approached her, I see Max, his ex, and a bunch of other friends that he had never introduced me to, by the way. So I asked Lena what happened, and she said after she hung up after like 10 minutes, the friends came to the cafe. So I obviously called Max on my phone, and he had the audacity to hang up and text me a simple, "I'm still in extra classes." So I did the only possible thing and started recording. And before I could even turn off the video, Max kisses his ex. I did not know the context of the kiss because I was outside the cafe and could not hear if it was a bet or what. But whatever it was, it did not excuse the fact that he still kissed another girl. His ex, for that matter. After I got that on video, Lena helped me go home as I could barely walk. Then I had to cry myself to sleep. After I woke up, I saw not a single missed call from him. I got dressed and went to school acting like everything was normal. But I could notice him and his ex looking at each other through the whole time we were together. He then said his family was hosting dinner, and they wanted me to come. Now I might have hated him, but his family had been too nice to me to say no, so I agreed. Then Lena gave me a twisted idea, to send his whole family the video I took in the middle of the thing to show them how disgusting their son is. And that is what I did right when he was giving his little pathetic speech of how much he loves me, and so on. All the phones around the table dinged, and the videos were seen by everyone. It turned chaos. His mom shouting at him, his dad was just staring at the video, and his extended family were shouting, "They are Mexican," so they were all speaking Spanish. So I could not understand that much they were saying. But after I left, he texted me cursing me out. But I just blocked him.